Hey, this is Clay Nelson and Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and
we were having too much fun.
Yeah, we were just talking about my orthotics and how my hips are out of whack. But that can go along with good family time, and quite frankly, getting your feet fixed doesn't take any gasoline. In fact, if you get your feet fixed, you use less gasoline. It's pretty cool.
Because you walk more.
Because you walk more. That's right. All right, now here's some things you can do that are easy to do, fun to do, family oriented, and you could have just as much fun preparing to do them as doing them with the family. One, you could have a picnic in your backyard. Mm-hmm. And if your backyard is a hill, have it in the front yard. Okay?
There you go.
Or if the front yard is full of all the stuff that would normally go in a backyard, but you have a hill, have your picnic in the kitchen. So you can be unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really could be. All right? So, no, it's really, you can do just about anything.
Or your neighbor's yard.
Oh, yeah. If they're not home, just go over there and party down.
That's right.
Anyway, now, or you can have a camp out in your living room. What do you think about that? That's a good one. Remember how the kids used to do? They used to have a camp out with all the blankets, and they'd make the pillows, and they make caves, and they do all the stuff, and they'd play, and then they'd flop over, and they'd be tired, and they're like puppies.
Yep.
And if you live near a beach, and those of us that live in Santa Barbara are fortunate enough to live by one, you can be at the beach and feel the sand in between your toes and have fun. Or if you want to be physically active as a family, you could hike, or you could ride bicycles, or you could walk the dog together. We might be doing one or two things right, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Or how about this? You could have movie night. All right. Or how about this?
Home.
Or if you have kids, or some people have kids, you could take kids over to your pool or the association pool and play with them in the water. And you want to get exercise, get a couple of 8-year-olds that want to be thrown all over the place in the pool and do that for a couple of hours. Your upper body, your arms, your shoulders will get a workout, I guarantee it.
Yep.
Or how about this? You could even let your kids paint your toenails and your fingernails. Susan's looking at me like, not my idea. Susan, you think about that. Or
you have lots of fingernail polish remover.
Yeah. Or you could take advantage, in your town. You could go and find out what's going on at the museums, or what's going on at the zoo, or what's going on, and those are just short drives places, all right? Or you could ride your bicycle, or you get together as a community, come together, and whoever's got the biggest van, you just load them up as long as you got seat belts and go there and have a good time. So there's all kinds of things that you can do that don't take gasoline, doesn't take driving a car. What it does take is creative thinking. It does take an imagination, and it does take maybe calling a family meeting where you sit down and you say, I got to tell you, the way we're operating doesn't work because we're burning up the planet.
Yeah. Well, and another thing that you are always talking about is accountability. So if you really have to, if you're not used to it, you have to make a plan to do what you say you're going to do with the family. And then when it comes to the actual day that you're going to do this, really do it.
Yeah.
Because
well, you remember it's just like we signed Hitch up for puppy training, and it happens at 8:30 in the morning, on
a Saturday morning.
on a Saturday morning, which is our sleep-in time. Yet we got up, we went to puppy training, we had a blast.
Yeah.
Had absolute blast, and Hitch got fed more puppy training food than any dog on the entire planet. It was really great. So we had a good time, and then we went to breakfast after that. Remember that?
Yep.
It was really great. So we had a good time. So it's all about getting back to the understanding. If you didn't have a car, how about this? How about if you didn't even have electricity? If you were just walking in the woods, what would you do to have fun? You'd relate to another human being, or you'd sit really still in the woods and watch nature. It's pretty cool. You want to get really straight with yourself? Stop. Just stop and be with yourself long enough to get straight with who you be and what you want and what's missing in your life. Or just stop and say, wow, I love you. Or just stop and ask for a hug. All right? Or just listen. Like CJ came into my office the other day and was just sitting down there, and I went, hey, this is very unusual. So I just hung up the phone, took off my headset, and turned around and said, hi, what's going on? Turns out, guess what?
What?
There's a new person in his life. I can't tell Mom. I can't tell you who it is, but she's just a friend.
I see.
Simple friend, nothing big.
Well, that's good.
That's all. Yeah. That's all I want to know. Thank you. All right. So now, last but not least today is I want to tell you again about the Special Olympics, okay? The Special Olympics Tip of Cop. There's 3 events, Tip of Cop events, all right? The first one's on Monday, May 12th at Chili's Restaurant in Goleta. And the lunch is from 11:30 to 1:30, dinner 5 to 9 p.m., and you'll be served by the California Highway Patrol and the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office. And like I said, there's a little bit of competition going on. I hear that the California Highway Patrol says they do better work, therefore will get better tips than the Santa Barbara County Sheriff. So I don't know about that. I'd like to see how that turned out. And then the second one is on Thursday, May 15th at State and A Restaurant in downtown Santa Barbara, serving from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and you'll be served by the Santa Barbara Police Department and the Santa Barbara Probation Department. Wow, these guys are full-time, hardcore people that really do a great job in Santa Barbara. Thank you very much. So they need big tips, okay? And big thank yous, too, for what they do. And on the third Tuesday, May 20th, at the Elephant Bar from 5 to 9 p.m., great meals out there, and all the Santa Barbara law enforcement agencies everywhere will be there to serve. So tip away. And if you want to volunteer, which I dare you, I absolutely dare you to volunteer, or make an exceptional donation, I'd be more than happy to help you get that done. You can call Sarah Spataro at the Special Olympics office at 805-884-1516. Okay, so let's get that done here. And this group really makes a huge difference, an absolute huge difference for a lot of kids over a lot of years, okay? This has been going on for a long time. And they also need help putting on the Special Olympics, and they need help just about everywhere. And you want to have fun, you want to learn about yourself, watch kids that are so powerful, so unstoppable, you can't even believe it. So now, we've been talking about how you could have a great life, how you could increase your relationship in your family, how you could have more fun, how it's effortless, and you don't even have to put a key in the ignition. You don't have to go anywhere. You could just sit right in your house or stand in your house or plant in your house or put a meeting together in your house, the sole purpose of which is how to have a better family and not spend a dime. Boy, that's what's really cool. Mm-hmm. You don't need money to get a hug. Money can't hug you at all. Only people can. So you've been listening to me and Susan on the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. We've been just having a great time. We're going to go fishing next week for a whole week. You know, and unfortunately, I have to spend some airplane fuel to do it, but it was something I planned before we did this show, so I'm going to go do it. And we're going to take a week off and just get our batteries charged to the show. Next week probably won't be live, but the show after that we're going to be rested and come back. Well, for sure it won't be live. And you had better get ready because Susan, after a fishing trip, is going to come home out of control. We're going to have way more fun than probably is legal. And they have the shopping mall back there is huge, so we're going to bring an extra bag, and Susan will do her best to keep the filling of it down to a minimum. Right. Okay, so you've been listening to Clay Nelson and Susan Nelson on the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290. So thanks for listening. Join us every Wednesday from 2 to 3, and then from 10 to 11, and then on Sunday from 12 to 1. I am Clay Nelson. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290 in Santa Barbara.